What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. What a day, huh, in fantasy? What a weird day today. A lot of things I want to go through. We're just going to do a quick short stream to answer some questions and go over the news from today. But yeah, it's been a wild Monday. I know we have Monday Night Football coming up in about 20 minutes here, so I don't want to keep you guys from it. Looks like we got Big T, Browns fan, Rickety, Parth, all in here. What's up, you guys? All right, let's see what we got here. Ric Flair, yo, I don't know if you guys know this, but Ric Flair is a Colts fan, so I'm a big fan. I mean, honestly, I was a big fan of him. Yeah, I like Ric Flair a lot. I don't know if any of you guys ever watched him. Let's see. Big T says Lockett or Carson in my flex. Yeah, Big T, this is the one where you need like the big boom, right? So I don't know if you saw my message earlier, Big T, but Carson's gonna be safe, right? He's gonna be the safer play in my opinion because Lockett is a little bit more boom and like I wouldn't say bust, but like he has a lower floor, right? Carson is likely to get you double digits. I know you said you needed you needed more points, right? You needed like as many points as you want. I mean, I like Carson, but if you're down 25, dude, I might be thinking Lockett here. Chat, let me know what you guys think. I'm pretty sure Big T literally needs like 25 points to catch up, and I think what was it? He still has Ebron potentially playing, right? Ricky says Lockett. Par says maybe my kids will watch this radio. I know, right? One day. Browns fan says Carson should have a higher floor, but Lockett has a higher ceiling. 100% here. Yep. What should I do with D-Hop? Just keep. I mean, you can't really do much with him, right? We've been talking about him for a few weeks. He's still wide receiver 1 in fantasy, but like he is not going to be as consistent and be able to give you the high double-digit points every single week. I mean, Rickety, at this point, you can't really trade either, right? So that's the only thing. Big T says, yeah, I'm down 25 points to Russell Wilson, either Carson. Oh, so you have Russell Wilson as well? Okay, if you have Russell Wilson as well, then I think you can go Carson. Big T, I thought you were literally down like 25 points with only one of those guys to go, but that makes me feel a lot better. I would probably go Carson here. Obviously, I still stay true with what everyone else is saying is Lockett has the higher chance to boom, as we've seen this season, but Carson's a lot safer, so I would probably go him. Big T says, do you think Brandon Cooks' stock raises a lot? I think it raises a little bit. He's going to be a primary guy. I think more so, a lot of other players are going to be a little bit more relevant on the Texans. Rickety says, what outlook do you have for Gelman with Jones' injury? Oh, with Daniel Jones. Yeah, I mean, I think he's still going to be, fine. We'll see. His big thing is right now, he is able to score every single week. So I don't think it's going to affect him as much, but overall the only concern is how is their offense going to look. But unless we're expecting like an offense worse than the Cowboys, they should be able to get in the red zone and get him to score. So at the end of the day, he is rising, right? He is very touchdown dependent, but he actually looked okay last week. Brown says, well, my only hope for today is that DK outscores Lockett by 20 if it doesn't help me directly, but if Lockett only loses, I for sure. Okay, it might happen, Browns. It might happen. Ricky says, do you think Rigger is having a breakout game? Do you think Swift is playing? And what do you think about Higgins with Allen? Higgins looked all right. I think it's how we predicted Higgins, right? He's not going to be as good as he was before, but he might still have like somewhat of an okay value, but okay value I'm talking about like mid to high like single digits. Because what did he do this week? He scored under 10, but he was still able to get some receptions, right? Let me see if I can find this up. But so that's my take, is that he's still a great player, right? Good player, should be able to get looks, should be able to produce a little bit, but we can't really let me see it. This NFL website is not great. We can't really expect him to sort of be like the mid to high double digits kind of guy that we were expecting from before. Let's see, T. Higgins this week, he had 5 receptions and 44 yards. And yes, yeah, okay, so he actually scored 12.9 points. So I kind of think of him as like a wide receiver 2 rest of the season. There are a few more, right? Swift, we will see. He should play, I think, but we'll have to see. Rieger, I don't know if he's going to have a breakout game. I think his limiting factor is Carson. I'd be really interested to see tonight, guys, if what's his face? If actually Jalen Hurts takes the field. I'm actually really excited to see Jalen Hurts. I wasn't actually a big fan of him when they first drafted him. I thought that was, hold on one second. What was it? I thought it was a really weird thing that they, drafted him, but yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of excited just to see like a mix-up right now to see what happens. Carson has been around 21 healthy. Yep. Brown says I'm low on Higgins and with Allen I have Boyd. I'm scared. Ricky says I can still trade in my league. Who should I get by giving D Hop? Ricky, what do you need? What do you need here? Brown says, is Taysom a good play against the Falcons? He was good last time against him. I love rushing upside, but the Falcons are getting hot. I think so. Brown said it all depends on who else you have to potentially play in this place, but I kind of like Taysom. He had another decent game this week, and that's his upside, right? He is always going to have the ability to score you a couple of rushing touchdowns, which is great for a quarterback. Rick says I'm 18 up against Sanders and Marquise Brown. It's gonna be really tight. I don't mind that though. I don't think Marquise Brown is gonna do much work. Sanders might have a bad game. Burke, even more reason for you to cheer for your Hawks, right? Brown says I would hold on to D-Hop instead of selling him. I like him. Yep, I agree with that. Inceptivus, what's up, man? Evan, what's up? Start Steelers or Seahawks? I would probably go Seahawks, Evan, just to be safe. I'm a little bit worried that the game might not play. I'm very worried, so I wouldn't risk it. And Evan, it really depends on where you're at right now. What's your score versus your opponents, and how many players do you each have left? Maybe turn the music down a little bit. Oh yeah, sorry. Let's see. There we go. Let me know if that's better, Burke. Brown says Start Seahawks C. Yep. Yeah, sorry guys. Let me know if that music is a little bit better. Let's see. Higgins is still a big target. I bench him, of course, but he did well. Start anyone against Wentz. Yeah. We had 2 red zone targets. I think he'll get his. Yeah, we'll see, right? I'm still waiting for him to be a little bit better. Break sounds good now. Okay, good. No, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Ricky says, what do you think about Lions firing Patricia and GM? Does it benefit Swift, or does he take... I think it should benefit him. I mean, if anyone comes in that's competent, they should be giving Swift more touches. Even Adrian Peterson agrees, but we'll see who they actually come, who they give the control to. Sam, what's up, dude? How you doing tonight? Let's see. Brown says Eagles are taking an interesting approach to sounds, but rather just them start Hurts until the wheels fall off. I agree. Parr says, good luck, Bert. If they utilize Miles Sanders correctly, he might that guy. But yeah, for sure. Noah says, I have a few questions. I'm in the playlist on our first round Bryce. Should I start Boyd or Rieger at flex in round 2 or 3? No, let's wait and see what happens. There's a lot more to be there's a lot that's going to happen between now and round 3. So no, we'll 100% talk about it. Let's see how Boyd does moving forward with Allen. How did he do this week? Let's see. Did he do all right this week, or did he bust? He did do very well this week, right? And so right now, to me, Boyd is trending down a little bit and Rieger's trending up. So right now, I would maybe say Rieger, but let's, we have 2 more weeks of play to see what happens. So no, let's see what happens there. But hey, congrats on getting that first round bye, dude. Ricky says I need a wide receiver because Moore just got injured. So what do you think you get D-Hop? I mean, I wouldn't sell him low, just like what Brown's fan was saying. See if you can get someone like a DK Metcalf, maybe, if you really want to. I think Hopkins should still be fine. He's just a little bit of a risk because he's inconsistent. Maybe see if you get someone like a DK Metcalf, right? But it really just depends on who your opponent, if you're able to sell him low, or if you're able to get some value from him based on recognition. But yeah, Ricky, fish around your league mates and see what they say. Brown says Boyd or Rieger. Okay, interesting. Noah says also start Kamara or Latavius Murray. I'm always going to tell you to start Kamara over Latavius. Kamara's he's the starting guy, right? Latavius had a good game this week for sure, but I'm always going to tell you to start Kamara over Latavius. Big T says down by 2 points. I have Deontay Johnson, Big Ben. He has Lockett. Oh, okay. I hope so. I really like it. The NFL is kind of a mess right now, Big T. I do hope they play the game. Brown says if you need a wide receiver, hold on to Hopkins for sure. Brick says the thing is Hawks don't let rubbies run against them. Mainly just go line carries for DDs. That's good. That's good for you then, right? Sam says Gold had me nervous. Thank God my playing. Bucks D also Pittman had me nervous. Yeah, it wasn't great for them overall. Honestly, this week it sucked because they lost some key guys on offense on the O-line. So, and you know, they lost some of their best players on defense. So I kind of figured that you know, I didn't really know what to make of the Colts defense when we talked before the games, but I did think that I was very worried and said that, you know, I think Derrick Henry is going to run over us, and I think you did, right? We lost two of our starters on the O-line, and you know, DeForest Buckner, our others starting DT Autry, and one of our linebackers, so it wasn't good. Except this, how do you feel about starting AB in the playoffs? I think it's okay. I was very surprised. He only got, was it 3 targets or 3 receptions? One, it's very low, right? His targets were very, very low this week. I'm gonna go back and see what happened, right? The game looked like it was kind of a shootout too, right? So I was very surprised. So let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens next week. It's not great, right? Because I really thought that he was trending upwards, and I thought he was maybe gonna get a touchdown. But I'd also be curious to see what his red zone looked. Did anyone here watch the Bucks game that can speak to AB a little bit? Let's see how in one league he had 15.4 points in full PPR. Brown says, I think that on ESPN, Yahoo, and the NFL game had to be played Tuesday for it to count. Things gotta change. No, so Browns fan, they're actually, I think they're making an exception to include Wednesday's game right now. That's what I heard. No, it says, I think I win, right? I'm up 47, and so have Russell Wilson. He has Juju Goddard. Oh yeah, you should be fine. You should be fine, unless Russell gets injured, right? But yeah, ISO, what's up, dude? Yeah, ISO, go ahead and send your question. Mark Lee says, do you think I should drop Boyd? I wouldn't. Well, who do you have to drop, right? I wouldn't drop him just yet. I would hold and just give him another week, but it depends on who you drop him for. Patty says, I'm up by 4. I have Metcalf and Carson left. My opponent has Deontay Johnson and Wilson left. Should I play Pitt or Seattle? Patty, I would play Seattle just to be safe. Just to be safe. So yeah, I do like that. I mean, there's a good chance the game gets played, but there's also a good chance that it gets canceled. So to me, I would prefer to play anyone that's playing tonight, because anyone that you're risking on Wednesday, it's a huge gamble, right? They're getting more positive tests pretty much by the day. I'm really nervous. Brown says to start Rieger. Yep. Let's see, Mr. Yang, what's up? Just lost Fuller. Should I pick up Debo off waivers? What are your thoughts? Oh, 100%. Debo should have been picked off of waivers last week, dude. Debo he's a really explosive player. People were worried about him against Sherman, but you know, my take was that, listen, they used let's hold on one second. But yeah, I thought last week, like, people said they were worried about him being covered by Sherman, but to me, he's one of those gadget players that gets used like very creatively, so I wasn't worried. He should be your number 1 waiver pick, Yang, if he's still there. Parsons, anyone have Tyreek and still lose their week? I don't, unfortunately. Evan says, what do you think Chubb rest of the season? I had him as a top 5 back when he came back, so that I'm still sticking with it. He's a workhorse. He's one of those guys that's, you know, he's just a really good runner. Hunt there actually helps him, I think. So I like him. I think top 5 running back rest of the season. Isa says, hopefully he sees it before game time. Yeah, right? Bronson says, pick up Debo for sure, 100%. Noah says, traded Ike and got Anderson last week. Turned out good despite tough playoff schedule. Now Anderson will become, yeah, we'll see. And I mean, I think you brought that up last stream, right? I don't think that's a bad trade by chance. Brown says, let's hope Henry doesn't run over my Browns. It's scary to verse him, but at least we have our own 2. Exactly, right? I think it's going to be a good game. You guys need to beat the Titans for us. Why no? Is DJ Moore out? Yeah, I think he's having x-rays. They're not ruling him out just yet, but I think he's getting x-rays. Taro Too Nice, what's up, dude? Welcome back to the stream. I have Fuller now, Rieger, Shepard, Boyd, Debo. Who should I start or trade for somebody, and who? I would probably start I mean, you need another wide receiver if you can, right? I like Debo the best out of there. Shepard's okay, but now that Jones is out, I'm a little bit worried about him. I'm not high on Rieger. We're still waiting for him to break out. I would maybe try and trade like Rieger and try and combine 2 of your guys for someone that's like somewhat decent, right? Otherwise, Terrell, I think the wide receiver is going to be like plenty. So if you can't trade, I would just go. I would go for it. Let's see. Okay, let me catch up on things here. Sam says I ended up dropping Fournette right before kickoff and picked up Debo. Good call. Oh yeah, I like that. Debo, like, he's very underrated, right? He is very explosive. I'm a little bit worried that he's going to take a little bit away from Ayuk, but I hope that they can coexist. I love Debo. Rickety, but yeah, I remember talking about that. I won't take all the credit, but I'm glad, that was good. Rickety says, should I package D-Hop and Gallman for someone like Keenan Allen, Deontay? If you get Devonte Adams, I would, right? But Rickety, depends on if you need Gallman or not. But I do like it if you can get Devonte Adams. Maybe try and get another running back as well, so you get a little bit of depth. Maroon, what's up? I have Ebron and Miles Sanders in my lineup currently. My score is 131. My opponent has just scored Eagles D with score 134. It's PPR. Options available at tight end are Disley, Hollister, Rodgers, must win. But I mean, you're sitting pretty, dude. You're only down 3 and you have 2 guys going, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. If you, geez, that's not good. I mean, yeah, I don't love Ebron's outtake. You can definitely go like, is Ertz playing tonight? Let's see, Zach Ertz. If he's not playing, I actually don't think Rodgers is a bad play. So maybe go Rodgers. I don't know if I love, like, so the Seattle tight ends. Burke, let me know if you know. Burke, let me know what you think. But I feel like that the tight ends are going to be a little bit what do you call it? The tight ends are going to be a little bit what am I trying to say? They're going to be a little bit touchdown dependent. So very kind of boom or bust. Ricky says, is Fant droppable? Which tight end should I get off of Ravers? Gesicki, Burton. I like Gesicki or Burton here. Fant is probably droppable. They're going to have their, I don't know if he's completely droppable. Drew Lock should be back soon, right? So he should have value when we're coming back, but I like Gesicki or Burton here. I think they're both very similar. No, says, yeah, the NFL is messed right now. So many games removed today. Yep. Brick says, Debo play. Oh, yeah, you're right. I was thinking about Jalen Ramsey. Yep. I do. Jackie says, Wolf, I know. Brick says, x-rays for Moore came back negative. Probably plays after their bye. That's what I'm thinking. Evan says, I'm so lucky. I almost traded for Wooler. There you go. Good job. Kiki Kuchi and must pick up. Yeah, I think he definitely, I have him on my waiver wire list. By the way, guys, that video should drop in the next 2 days or so. I just pushed it back a little bit because I want to wait to see what other news happens. If all this happened today, I want to see what else happens, tomorrow. So I will get that waiver wire out before waiver wires, and we'll most likely do another waiver wire camping video. But yeah, that was, I think he rises up a little bit. Impact Games, what's up, dude? Need Russ and DK to get me 30. Yo, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it for you, Impact. Easy 35 points. Hey, maybe we'll get you 50. I guess I'll try to get Cooks back or something. Yeah, Jackie, that was very unlucky because you dropped Cooks this weekend, right? No, it says, do you think Blankenship is okay kicking in the playoffs? He has all hard. I actually think he has easier matchups. They had a hard game this week, and they were playing catch up. I actually think they have an okay matchup. No, who else do you have available for kickers? It says, do you think Krieger is in line for a nice game? We'll see, right? I think we'll see. I like I said, I was saying earlier, I do want to see if Jalen Hurts comes in. I don't know that he's going to be much better than Carson, right? But I do want to see him. Otherwise, he's been decent, right? And he's been getting looks in the red zone. We just need him to sort of have a game where he does well both in yardages plus touchdowns. So we'll see. Sam Morales says, is Brandon Cooks a must start now? I mean, yeah, I think so. He should be the #1 option. We'll see how his production is with Fuller out, right? Because now that what this means is he's going to be drawing more attention. I think it's going to be fine. But yeah, I would start him. I think Deshaun maybe loses a little bit of value with Fuller gone, because him and Fuller had some really nice connections, right? They had good chemistry, so we'll see. Yeah, Brooks, what's up? Drop Lazard, pick up Dobbins. I would not do that, Brooks. I like Lazard a lot better than Dobbins. You know, like I say in all my streams, I'm not a big fan of Dobbins. Terrell says, can I get 15 plus points from the Seattle kicker for the yo? Let's do it. Yo, Burke, hit up your boy in Seattle. Tell him to get at least 15 for us tonight. I can see it. I can see it. Impact says, I was a lock to win this week until Tari. Yeah, I know. 40 points in the first quarter. Yeah, that was tough. That really happens, right? But when it happens against you, that's really tough. Bart says, Jalen Hurts will only target Jalen Rieger for the Jalen. Yeah, there we go. I like it. I like that positivity. Noah says, for kickers, I have Tyler Bass, Boswell, Crosby, Zerling, Gonzalez, Hopkins. No, it's all good. I mean, you know, at this point, I think they're all sort of, I think Rodrigo had just a bad game because, I mean, he didn't have a bad game. It was a game script, right? The problem, Noah, is like all of them are going to be very matchup dependent and weather dependent as well. Honestly, stadium dependent too. So there's not one in there that like really stands out as like, oh, this is the guy you must have for the rest of the playoffs. So I would just kind of do it by matchup. I don't mind holding on to Black and Chip right now. All right, Brett, yo, thank you for sending that, sending Myers a text. Brick says, all right, gotta head out, watch a game. I'm in Seattle. Yo, yeah, have fun, dude. Have fun. All right, guys, so I want to do a quick rundown of the news today, in case you guys didn't hear anything. So Will Fuller got suspended, 6 games. He'll be out for the rest of the season, so we won't see him back until 2021. So he's done. So we'll have a few, we'll be investigating into that a little bit and seeing who's the best pickup for the Texans. Ravens Steelers got moved to Wednesday. They should be playing Wednesday at 3:45. I actually don't know what time zone that is, but we'll see what happens, right? I think everything right now points to the fact that they are going to do it, but I mean, after what's been happening over the last few days, anything can happen, and there's always a chance that it gets canceled or maybe they make the Ravens forfeit, right? Edelman got COVID, so he got put on the COVID list. I don't think that's gonna affect us too much, but I think, you know, it's definitely worth a look at for both Bird and Myers if they're so on your waiver wire, and you know, you need a stash or you need a wide receiver. The Packers signed Tavon Austin today. I'm not sure why. That was a strange signing for me. I don't think that affects Adams that much. Hopefully that doesn't affect Lazard too much. I think maybe it's just for depth or maybe even special teams, right? But we'll see what happens with that Tavon Austin signing. And then lastly, JT looks like he's going to be coming back this week. So any JT owners out there, I think, you know, it's looking good for him right now. Evan, sounds good, dude. Thanks for coming by. Jackie says, who would you prioritize between Gore, Akers, and Latavius? And do you start any of them with Gallman, with Danielle? I don't know that I would start them with Gallman out just yet. Out of those 3, I would probably go Gore, Akers, and Latavius. Reasoning is that Gore is he's the lead guy, right? P. Ryan, I don't know if he's on IR. I think he might be on IR, but he's going to be out for a few more weeks. So Gore is a guy, and he's going to get you, like, most likely 15 plus touches, so he's the most guaranteed. Akers, he's starting to trend upwards, right? He did very well last week, only on 9 touches though, and most of his points came off of 1 big play. So I think he has potential, and there's a chance that the Rams might see that maybe he's the best runner out of that group and start sending him to, you know, having him get more reps. And then Latavius Murray, like, obviously good, right? But he's still the backup. He's been decent. I just don't know that I can pinpoint exactly when he's going to get, you know, multiple touchdowns and when he's going to do nothing. Brooke says, yo, Burke, are you rooting for the Seagulls? Of course. Yeah, obviously. He's, you know, he's our Seahawks guy here. Noah says, start Bears defense next week against Texans or Cardinals against Giants. Rudolph, I think I like, I feel like I like the Cardinals slightly more here, but no, I'll do my homework on the start sits for this week, and I will let you know later this week for sure. Brick says, I'm a Pats fan and it's suicide walking to Seattle wearing Pats gear. Oh yeah, for sure. Nice. Brick says, of course you're one of those guys. If I accidentally ran into you, I'd spill my coffee accidentally. Yo, Burke, from what I heard, people in in Seattle are like supposed to be like super rude. I went there for a few days. I actually didn't experience it, but like in our Uber ride, they were just like, yeah, don't like talk to people in Seattle because like everyone's just like not nice at all. Like they're kind of rude, and like you try and talk to them, they'll be like super passive aggressive. It's called the Seattle Freeze. Is that in response to what I'm saying here? Let me Google that. I've never heard of that before. Seattle Freeze, huh? Seattle Freeze. The stereotype is that so cold and rainy they just ignore you and hug their. Oh, interesting. That's funny actually. Yeah, that is kind of true, but you guys are used to. Okay. Are people? Eagles just punted away 30 seconds after the game started. Yeah, sounds about right. Let's see. Even though Seattle, this story doesn't happen, does yeah? Okay, that's interesting. So the next Google search is Seattle a friendly city? Hey, a recent report from OfferUp. I don't know that if that's very accurate, or I don't know what that is, but apparently Seattle is also the country's second friendliest city behind San Diego. Chat, what do we think about that? Is that actually true, or is that just kind of clickbait? Maybe they did it on opposite day, right? Who knows? Pittman didn't go through. I know, it was rough. He had a few bad drops, and it honestly wasn't his fault. Rivers threw him a few bad balls. Honestly, the entire coach team it was bad because they lost some of their best players, honestly. So it was an ugly game. I feel you though. I feel you do. Exactly, Ivan, right? And that's the thing is, I'm not giving up on him. I'm not just saying that as a Colts fan, but like he is getting a lot of targets, right? Rivers just didn't have a lot of time to throw. They didn't have like that much of a run game, and the game kind of got out of hand early, right? So it was all game script. I don't expect that to happen moving forward, but we'll see what happens. It was rough. I get it. Jackie says at least 3 of my wide receivers total for 78 points. Jeez, I face Jacobs, Waller, and Zeke to get me in the playoffs. Nice. Okay, that's not bad. If I get CMC or mix him back, yeah. So guys, the other thing is right now, the latest news is that he should be coming back. That's what it sounds like. We'll see what happens, right? But I think some report, and I don't know who this person is. It was from a Twitter account, but it was verified. They seem to think that CMC is going to come back after their bye in week 14, and they're not going to shut him down. So, looking good for CMC owners right now, right? Again, anything can happen in 2 weeks. Anything can happen in 2 days. Brooks says second friendliest. Hell no. I studied in Texas and everyone on the streets would greet you. No one does on Seattle, especially though I've been doing it for the past 3 years. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. I was very shocked when I saw that, so I feel like I don't believe it either. But yeah, that's interesting. Like I said, I didn't really have a bad experience in Seattle. That's just sort of what I heard. So maybe I just need to spend some more time there. But Seattle's definitely a fun city. Good food. I like that fish market. Ivan says, yes, CMC should be good for sure after week 13. He was trying to sue this week, but team advised against it. Yeah, I'm honestly surprised, right? I mean, I understand that people don't sit. But, when you have someone like CMC, could be one of the most valuable players in the league, I guess I don't really see the point of playing him if your team's not in contention. Because the Panthers aren't in contention, right? What's going on with Kyler, and would you play the Ramsey against Cards? Potentially, Parth. The Ramsey are good, but I do like the Cards offense. I didn't watch the game, but Kyler does have a small injury that we knew of. I didn't think it was going to impact him that much, but I just don't think he played well this week. I'll have to go back and look at it. But yeah, Kyler did not have a good game. That was I don't think anyone predicted that. So if I had to say anything, I would say it was probably because of injury, right? Yeah, the city is awesome. I love it. People aren't rude. They just want to appear super friendly. Okay. Do you feel confident in Wilson in the playoffs? No, yeah, I do. He's having an MVP caliber season. He's doing very, very well, right? So I don't. That's a stud that you shouldn't worry about. Break says every week my dad and I have watched a game together. We've won. We haven't been together in 3 of our losses. Tonight I'm watching it. Oh no. Yeah, Break. That's so good. That's so good, man. You guys are really killing the Seahawks, huh? As an Eagles fan, I will eat my socks if we win. Parth, what do you think? Does Jalen Hurts get in tonight? Does he get in tonight? Because, again, I don't really know what to think of him. But, Carson doesn't look like he's it. You know, he's not playing very well. He leads the league in a couple of turnover categories. So it's really not great, but I'm very curious to see what happens. Metcalf's game in the walk-off against the Eagles was legendary. Yep. Park says, I really hope so. They've just been using him to hand off the ball to Sanders, which is stupid considering how Wizards is playing, where they drafted him. Yep. Do you have faith in MT for the rest of the season and playoffs? How did he do this week? Let's see. Michael Thomas had 6 targets, 4. I mean, not great, right? But at least it looks like he's providing for an okay floor. You know, he plays Atlanta, Philly, KC, Minnesota, and Carolina, so his schedule is there, right? 6 targets is not great, but it's not bad. But it looks like what he got, he can see this, it looks like he had about 40%, 43% of the team's target share. They just didn't pass that much, right? Hopefully Drew Brees comes back. I think hopefully when Drew Brees comes back, his value goes up a little bit. But we'll see. I don't know if we can put him back in that like top tier wide receiver 1 status just yet, unfortunately. That's the biggest thing. So yeah. But yo, guys, for our super flex boys out there, I wonder if we have to start considering Jacoby Brissett a little bit. You guys see that? He had yo, guys, who was the Colts' leading rusher, best rusher that day? Maybe it was Jacoby Brissett, right? And maybe it's gonna be Trey Burton and then Brissett, because you know it's actually really fun how they're using Brissett recently. Honestly, might need to pick him up. Yeah, I know, right? Jackie says the team has Rodgers, Terry, Deontay, Thielen, Dalvin, Sanders, Eckler, CH. 2 kickers, about to be first team that's out of the playoffs. Yeah, it is. That's crazy. Yeah. And guys, I think one of my leagues. So you guys remember my team that's like supposed to be stacked, right? It was horrible this week. So let me show you guys. You guys remember this team? This team here. Look at how bad we did. Like, right? This shouldn't be a team that ever loses. But I didn't even break 100 in half PPR. Rodgers, Jacobs, Cook, Adams, Brown, Kelsey, Pittman. Like that was pretty pathetic. So I think after this week, so yeah, I didn't even break 90. And look at how this is gonna be. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have like a 10-way tie for second place, because we're gonna have. It's gonna be pretty crazy. Yeah, there's gonna be a bunch of people at like 6 and 6 and 7 and 7 and 5. Crazy things happen in fantasy. Nothing's ever guaranteed, boys. Brick says, I saw he had 2 carries and I was like, Hod Rivers injured. Then I realized, yeah, they've been using him very, very creatively. I love it. I love it. They're paying him. They might as well use him, right? Park says, Garrett Slade getting into with, oh, really? DK so good under DB skins. I need to pull this up on the side. Yeah, we're not going to have a long stream tonight, guys. I just wanted to check in. Our schedule is all messed up this week, but I still want to, you know, all of our videos are going to be pushed back a little bit, but I still do want to, what do you call it? Do a few more streams this week. So we'll have a few streams going on. Jackie says that Henry Tyreek owners happens to have Kareem Hunt as RB2 and an 8-man is about to be vaulted. Wow, okay. That's crazy. That's a good lineup. That's a good lineup. I feel like Tyreek kind of went under the radar for most people this week, huh? He should have been drafted earlier. He was drafted what, like probably like early to mid second round, I think. But I mean, I don't know. I think he was a little bit underrated. I probably would have taken him over some of like the second tier running backs, honestly. Tyreek he's a good receiver. He's one of those guys that can, you know, that has the ability to kind of have those like 40+ games almost every week. Wild. And also, I don't know if you guys saw like some of his like catches and also that like backflip into the end zone. That was pretty sick. Rick says all my teams are 150 plus. Nice. Man, Derrick Henry's playoff schedule looks sexy. Yeah, it's really good. People because of last week's poop show. I know, Berg, right? That's unfortunately what happens, right? Noah says I was in a 13-man league that had 12 pick and drafted him first. We traded him. What did you trade him for, Noah? Bowers says also I drafted Madison before the Viking games. Look like Cook got hurt. Cursed myself, but I think Cook is healthy now. But I do think Madison is worth a stash if you have the space. It's not promising that like there's always some concern with Cooks and injury every week, and I feel like that's kind of what just like what happens. So if you have the room, might not be a bad stash, especially since we're getting to the playoffs, and that could be kind of huge for you, honestly. Markley says maybe drop Boyd for Denzel Mims. I kind of like Boyd a little bit more here. Denzel Mims has a very low ceiling right now, in my opinion, based off of just like the team. I don't know that you would start, like, you're not going to start Mims right, Mark? So I honestly kind of think you hold Boyd for another week and see what happens, because yeah, I don't know that we will trust Denzel enough, even if he has a good game next week, right? Think about it. Would you really start him in the playoffs? Because he's going to have like one really good game. No, this is a trade away Tyreek, Travis, Kelce, and Mostert for Thielen, Kamara, and then got Kelce back by trading Hunt and Elma. Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right, not bad. You know, let's see, hindsight 2020, right? But I think, you know, at the time, anyone would have made that trade because, you know, people want Kamara. So can't really like fault you for it, right? But no, it is what it is. I think it was a good trade then. It might still be a good trade moving forward, especially since you had two guys on the same team. So you know, I'm all about that. I'm all about diversifying and kind of spreading out your wealth across different teams. So no, it's fine. And you never know, right? Thielen, when Thielen gets back, he's still a beast. I think he can do really well. And Kamara will hopefully bounce back. Actually, my wide receiver: Pittman, Debo, Juju, Lazard, Patrick, Boyd, and my running back is Eckler, Montgomery, and Henry. Not bad. You know, honestly, I would probably start. Yeah, Mark, I would try and get a different quarterback. I would maybe try and pick up a. Let's see. I would maybe try and pick up a running back, honestly. I would maybe drop Patrick to get a running back here. The stash. Because you have 3 good running backs, 2.5 good running backs, if you guys know what I mean. But yeah. Tarek, what's up? What kind of tier flex players can I get for... Also, guys, I learned apparently today the way to pronounce the Atlanta kicker's name is it's Young... What is it? It's Young Hui Gu. So it's a G instead of a K sound. It's not Wei, it's like an EH sound, so like A. And there's an H in it, so it's young. It's actually Young Hui. Yeah. Derek, how did your team do this week, huh? You should let the chat know. But listen, man, you might be able to get a Marlon Mack for him. Also, Burke, I'm a little disappointed in you, man. I'm a little disappointed in you. How dare you even consider trading RB1 Young Wei Koo? No, it says I ended up trading Thielen for Cooper Kupp and David Montgomery, and traded Montgomery and Will Fuller for James Robinson. Oh, that's not bad. Traded Robinson, Curtis Samuel, Lazard for Derrick Henry. And listen, dude, it's a real nice. It's a real who's who. Bronson, if you're in a decent league, people shouldn't be trading you anything. I like who is as much as the next guy, but he's a kicker. Listen, man, I'll take a kicker that can score me 20 plus every night. That's literally like, you know, RB1 numbers. I know what you mean, those Browns. I think it was partially a joke, but yeah, man. He's been doing well. Parth says, I wish I was in a league where people traded. Oh, for sure, Parth. I wish I was too. I wish I was in a league where not everyone had to pretend like they are, you know, NFL fantasy experts who have insider knowledge and they dissect every little trade that you do. Luke, what's up, dude? All right, how many we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, I can't tell. There's too many. Let's see how many we have here. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nice. Okay, I like it. Burke, are we at 9 or are we at 10? Reed says, hey, who should I start? Saints D or Colts D next week? Let me see who they're playing. Reed, I'll have a better answer for you next week, but I prefer. We'll see. I like the Colts better, but let's see if they get their players back. If Defoe, Autry, and Alcarique are all back, I like the Colts a little bit better. Luke says, are you worried about Aaron Jones? I'm not too worried about him. Mark Lee says, maybe we could create, yeah, next season, Mark, we're gonna have, we'll most likely have subscriber leagues. We're gonna have to figure out how to do it because a lot of people want to do it. But Mark, we are gonna do a playoff fantasy football league this year. Once it gets closer to the actual playoffs, I'll have a video up and we'll have people register in the comments section, and we'll do that for playoffs. Is there any news on Julio? Nope, not yet. We're gonna have to wait a few more days since this week's games are not really over yet. I don't think we're gonna hear much, honestly, about Julio until maybe Thursday or Friday. That would be competitive, yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, we'll do it next season. We're just gonna have to figure out how to deal with a lot of people wanting to do it, right? That's a big thing. Because Jacobs has a chance of playing, but he does have the ankle injury, so we're gonna have to wait and see. And Pittman or TY, I still like Pittman slightly more. Brooks says, is QT a must pickup? I don't know if I would call him a must pickup, but I think he's definitely a good pickup. He's on my higher list to pick up, but we'll see how they distribute the ball with Fuller out, is what I'll say. He has a bad matchup next week, right? That's the big thing. Yo, love to join the league for sure. Ty, what's up, dude? Hell of a crazy day. Oh, for sure. That's what we're just doing. We're doing a quick stream, Tide, going over everything that's kind of gone through today. So I'll quickly run down a list. Fuller suspension, Ravers Steelers getting moved back, Edelman has COVID, Tavon Austin was signed to the Packers, and Jonathan Taylor should be returning this week. Is Devonte Booker a good pickup? Yes, he's worth a good stash, Noah, especially because we've been hearing more and more about Jacobs' injury. I think he's a great stash if you have the room. Akers starting back. I stashed him before. Luke, not yet. I think he's still going to split. All of his production came from one carry, but we'll see if the Rams coaching staff starts seeing him as as the most talented back to give him more touches. But as of now, it's still a committee. Parth, what did you do when you hit 250? What's the plan when you hit 300? 250, I think we did a beer of some sort. If we were gonna do a shot once we hit 300 by last weekend, but we didn't. So we'll still do something small for 300 if we hit it this week. But the goal for this week, boys, is 400. We'll see if we can get to 400. We actually did really well, right? We were close. Most of this came from 2 or 3 streams, so we just gotta, hopefully with this week with some crazy stuff, we'll be able to grind it out a little bit more. And yeah, the goal this week is 400. Noah says, what are your thoughts on the hoard of Kamara's value right now? It sucks, right? But there's not much you can do. Most trade deadlines are over, and you don't want to sell them low if it's not. I think you just got to keep on holding, right? Hopefully Drew Brees comes back soon, so that'll increase Kamara's value, but chase him as just a runner, right? That's a big thing. Noah says he'll be fine when Brees comes back week 15. Okay. Charkes says, nah, Jacobs is doing great with a healing process. The chance of him missing this week is low. That's what I think. How about Monty? He did well. Right? Green Bay doesn't have a great D. We'll see what happens, right? I just, at the end of the day, I think he's good for high single digits, low double digits, probably a 10-point kind of guy. He's very, very limited by the offense that he's in, by his QB. That's a big thing, right? And by his O-line, honestly. So not in a great situation. I would call him probably a low-end RB2. Haven't watched the Hawks game yet. How's it going? Eagles haven't gotten in the first yet, I think, but Hawks choke on the goal. I saw that. It's a Hawks game, so it'll be close. There you go. Do you agree with some Reddit users on sitting Kamara? My RBs are Gibson and Sanders, but it feels. We'll look at the matchup, Ty. I don't know if let's see what Kamara's been up to. Here's the thing is I don't feel great about it. Obviously it's going to be based off a matchup, but I don't feel good about it because and the chance that he goes off, which is, probably pretty high. How are you going to feel if you benched your first pick, right? Let's look at Kamara. Yeah, didn't do great. They're playing Atlanta next week, so hopefully he gets a few more opportunities, but Taysom definitely eats into his value, for sure. Hawks got something in the red zone, turnover in fourth. Eagles got it, punch it after 3-and-out, gotcha. Versus Eagles, though, seems lopsided. Yeah, our trademark is barely winning no matter what. Guys, what if Jalen Hurts just comes out of nowhere and kind of just like dominates, and like what if he's like, he looks better than Herbert? What are the chances that happens, right? But yeah, I do have Jalen Hurts as a very interesting stash. Let's see what happens this game, right? I think it'll be really interesting to see if he plays at all. But yeah, we'll see. I think there's like a chance he play. Listen, if they're not playing well tonight. I think Jalen Hurts starts tonight. So yeah, I think there's definitely a chance. They said they'll use him tonight. There you go. First says, oh my god, if Jalen Hurts looks better than Herbie, fully loaded my first point, child shall bear his name. That's hilarious, dude. We'll see. It was because Jalen Hurts, was he a good, for anyone that's like a big college football fan? I know, you know, I remember he transferred from Alabama, right? Was he like how was he as like a college quarterback? So I feel like he had a really big name and like he was kind of big, but I don't know, was he pretty quiet his last year? Let's see, I'm gonna pull up the stats. Jalen Hurts college stats. Also, yeah, it was a rough game, dude. I know. It was a rough game to watch. We had, I think, like 5, 6 of our like pretty important stars out. Wasn't good. I predicted that Henry was going to run over us. I wasn't expecting like 150 yards and 3 TDs run over us, but I did think he was going to run over us. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's not even Buckner, right? It's Buckner, it's Autry, which are our 2 starting DTs. It was Okereke, who's been really solid as our middle linebacker. O-line, we lost Costanzo and someone else, I think. I mean, we didn't have JT. It was rough. But hey, guys. At least it looks like TY might be coming back a little bit, right? He looked good. 80 plus yards on a touchdown. Wasn't bad. So Jalen Hurts, yeah, he was first 3 years in Alabama, last year in Oklahoma. Oklahoma actually did pretty well. He had over close to 1,300 rushing yards his last year. Passing yards, he had 3,800. So yeah, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. Noah says, do you think it's worth holding on to Singletary? Who else could you pick up, Noah? I'm not a huge fan of Singletary, honestly. Dan, what do you think about possibly trading for Stafford with a news change in resume? Made me. I would be interested. Like, I think the Colts would be interested because he's still pretty young. He's only 32. It just, it depends on how much you guys are gonna ask for, right? I mean, I guess Ty, how much? Like, what do you think the Eagles would ask for? Or sorry, not the Eagles. The Lions would ask for Stafford. I legit forgot that Jared Cameron played for Titans. That's funny. Sure, Ty over Pittman. We'll see how that plays out. I think they're both going to get opportunities. I still like Pittman slightly more, but you listen. Maybe we're seeing a Ty bounce back. You know, he looked good. Yeah, Ty. Yep, I know exactly what you mean in real life. Yeah, it all depends on what do you think the Lions would ask for him. Taki says, I was looking at the matchup, I was like, man, what makes Tannehill so scary? Yeah. I actually started Tannehill this week too. I kept him in my lineup. No, since I dropped a lot of my players, my bench is Rieger, Gus Edwards, Singletary, and then I have 3 defenses because of playoffs, but I need a spot. I don't know that you need 3 defenses, Noah. Who do you have for defenses? Ty says, they'll ask for at least a first round pick and second round pick in my, I know 40 was. I guess, I mean, the rest of chat, do you guys think Stafford is worth a first round pick plus more? That seems a little expensive for my taste because we were able to get someone like a DeForest Buckner for just a first round pick this year. So I don't know that we'd be willing to pay a first round for Stafford, in my opinion. Isaiah, what's up, dude? Is it too late to trade for any good value? Isaiah, it all really just depends on your league mates. You know, I think he's actually going to be trending upwards because of DJ Moore's potential injury. I never hated Robbie Anderson, right? He's just not a super flashy wide receiver. So I would just kind of talk to your guys, but you know, I don't necessarily think so. There's a reason why he's, you know, I think what is a top 10 receiver right now in the league. You know, since I have Miami, Bears, and Cardinals, I don't know that I'm a huge fan of the Cardinals defenses, I guess what I'll say. But 3 defenses seems like a lot unless you feel very, very solid with the starting lineup. I just think the Cardinals because of easy play. Yeah, and very much could be, right? I guess I'm not a huge fan of the... I'll have to look at their defense, but I don't know that I'm a huge fan of them. Because I think Buckner value was just first round because of the contract extension concern. 49ers couldn't afford, so had to get something. It could be, right? It could be. I guess, yeah, I don't know how I would feel about trading. I don't think the Colts trade for Stafford for a first. Let me see. I know that people were actually talking about it. Let me see if there's any. He's only 32, like I said. It's great, right? He's a good quarterback. I think he'll be good. What would you guys do? I guess. What would the Lions do instead of Stafford? Would the Lions just draft a new QB or what? We do, Ty. We do. We draft pick horde for sure. Randy, what's up, dude? How much does Deshaun's potential diminish for the playoffs? I have both Fuller and Watson on my team, and I'm first in my league. I do have Deontay Johnson to come in for Fuller, but I'm worried. I think it diminishes a little bit. I still think he's gonna be like, I still think it's gonna be like a low end, or even like middle of the range QB1. You know, he's a great fantasy quarterback, but my problem is that he had a lot of really good chemistry with Fuller. So I am a little bit worried about how. You know, we'll see how he does, right? I still think he's, you know, he's kind of a magician. He's going to be able to make something out of nothing. He still has Cooks. He still has other wide receivers that I think he'll elevate and make fantasy relevant. So I wouldn't worry about him right now. Like, I don't think you're going to be able to do much unless you really wanted to trade for someone else. But I feel okay with Deshaun, honestly. Cho says Godwin rest season wide receiver 1 or receiver 2. I would say like low end wide receiver 1 in my opinion. Like borderline wide receiver 2. Let's see how he did this week. I know Mike Evans went off this week, right? Chris Godwin. He did well. So yeah, I would probably say wide receiver 1. He's currently the 44th ranked because he missed a lot, but he scored double digits in the last 3 games. So I'd say like, yeah, low end wide receiver 1. I think so. No chance of playoffs. The Lions, they need to hard reset on everything except for RBs and wide receivers. Stafford getting wrecked for the mid. Yeah, for sure. I would love him, right? But I do agree. I think they're probably going to ask for at least the first round. We'll see. I don't know if the Colts do it. I don't know. If Ballard really believes that he can be like a good franchise quarterback for the next 5 years, maybe, right? But Ryan says, agree, man. My Fuller cycle was doing brilliant. I love Tannehill. I could stream. Yeah, Tannehill is not a bad quarterback, right? So if you have honestly Tannehill and Watson, I think you're actually okay. I wouldn't worry too much about it. You know, it sucks. It happens. You know, we were all kind of skeptical that Fuller was going to last a full year, right? Except this time it wasn't due to injury. It was due to PED, so that was a little tough. No problem, chill. Seahawks are annoying. Punt the ball. Yeah. All right, boys. Let's see if there's any more questions. I'll give it another like a few minutes. Otherwise, we're just gonna end the stream. I just want to do a quick one to keep you guys updated. We'll likely stream tomorrow as well. I don't know if we'll stream late night, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll stream late tonight. Otherwise, yeah, like I was saying, we're gonna probably push things back a little bit because I want to be able to sort of put out the waiver wire video as late as I can, but still give you guys a decent amount of time before it. I'll do it the day before, the day of, for when the waiver wires will clear. You guys can look at it, talk about it. We'll have a few streams at night to go over it. We'll probably do some waiver wire camping to talk about it as well. So yeah, but I think waivers this week will probably be most likely Thursday or Friday, depending on your league. That's what I'm thinking. Chilwell's waiver, tight end rest of the season. Tanyan or Logan Thomas or your boy Burton? Yeah, that's a good one. Thomas has, I think, the best floor. Tanyan and Burton both look good, right? Tanyan probably will get a little bit more, maybe a little bit more volume. At least a little more receptions, but Burton's going to get looked at a lot, right? If you're looking for literally just floor, safe floor, I'd probably go Logan Thomas here. I'd say Burton and Tanyan are kind of toss-ups. I will say Phillip Rivers loves his tight ends, and he loves targeting Trey Burton. As much as people think it's like a tight end by committee, Burton's still the number one guy there. Ty says, do you think some COVID-affected games will be pushed back to... I don't think they have any Week 18 scheduled out, so maybe they push it back, but as of what I know right now, they don't have that. I mean, I don't know why they didn't have an emergency week, a backup week, but I don't know. They can always push it back, right? Like, what's the worst thing they're gonna do? They're just gonna say, like, hey, the playoffs is pushed back 1 week because we need an extra week, but I'm surprised they haven't made anyone forfeit, and I know a lot of people are pissed with what happened this week, especially the Broncos, right? The Broncos had to play with all their quarterbacks out, while the Ravens seem like they're getting like all this treatment, getting pushed back, and some players are coming back. It's not a great look. Big T says, so on Sunday I woke up at 3 p.m. and Mark Andrews outside plugging Tanya. Let's go, Big T. Perfect. Ryan D says, lock in, getting no targets. We'll see. He's very sort of like up and down. He's not super consistent, but all it takes is like, 2 like 70-yard TDs and you'll be a happy man. Noah says, I dropped both Burton and Tanya earlier this season. I have Kelsey. Oh yeah, Kelsey should be fine. I mean, injury, I guess you can never predict, but if you have Kelsey, you don't really need anyone else. Ryan D, he isn't even on the best CV, yeah. Ty, which defensive players besides Buckner should we look at in terms of status of health? Because ADC usually, yeah. Defensive players, I would say, let's look at Okereke. I mean, he's not as big of an impact, right? But I think mainly for our line and for pressuring and pass rush, run stop, I'd probably say Buckner and Autry are big guys. Those are our 2 big guys. I know you guys heard actually today, it's kind of sad. Our punter has cancer. So he's going to be out for the rest of the season. He's getting surgery. And he was honestly like punting really well. I think that's going to hurt us a little bit because like this guy was like literally like pinpoint accurate. Got us a lot of opportunities within just like the 5, within just the 10. So really sad news, but hopefully he makes it through. This guy's also, he's super young too, right? It really sucks. You hate to see that happen to anybody, especially someone that's like, that young and playing at a really high level. What's up, Daniel? How you doing tonight? I played Titan Atkins like a putt butt over Logan. I thought Fella was not playing. That's rough. Yeah, Ty, I agree. Noah says, oh yeah, I heard about that. I hope the best. Yeah, hopefully. They said that, they found the tumor. They don't think it's gonna spread, so we'll see what happens. But guys, cancer's kind of a bitch, right? So we'll see what happens. Hey, maybe at the end of the season we'll do like a little sub video or something to wish him the best of luck, right? Daniel says, don't worry about it at all. Don't worry about it at all, dude. Chai says, who's the better of the 2 in the CBs? Are you talking about Ty? You're talking about between Xavier Rhodes and Rocket Sin? Daniel says, Deontay Johnson has no game, so I put in Fogum. I'm hoping for yeah. Well, we'll see if they have a game right now, right? I think that it's very possible that they do play, but we'll see if they play, I guess. Yeah, I just, like, personally, I wouldn't risk any Steelers or Ravens players. I benched them all. Yeah, Ty, so Rhodes has been playing a little bit better. Rock, honestly, people are pissed at him from this week. People are really pissed at him. He had a lot of really stupid penalties, a lot. I remember one drive where I think he had maybe 2 penalties in a row where it would have ended as like a field goal, but then it turned into a touchdown for the Titans, right? it's just so bad. And I think what they say is that like a lot of it comes from the fact that he's a wrestler, and he like really likes to get like he doesn't have the footwork just there yet, right? So he likes to get handsy. He's honestly been playing a lot better this year, but like those penalties, like those are not good, man. Those are not good at all. Tyler said they played Hinton this week. Yo, if anything, for the spiritually, for for effort, for whatever, be proud of that, Tyler. I'm proud of you. How'd your team do, Tyler? Did you win too? Because that would have been a big plus. But yeah, man, that was tough, right? But I mean, kudos to that guy for just like coming out of nowhere. He was working a sales job just literally the week before, and all of a sudden he has to start at QB. Listen, we should be proud because he got the one completion. So listen, we'll take it, I guess, right? We'll take it. But yeah, that was a rough game for the Broncos. A rough game for the Broncos. Yeah, right. Tyler says, I thought I was going to win, that's why I played him, and then my opponent had Tyreek. Yeah, I mean, so I guess, Tyler, no matter who you would have played there, would you have lost too? Tyler says, gotcha, thanks for the input, Colts. Blackman, oh yeah, Blackman's been balling. Honestly, Ty, I wouldn't be surprised if he was in serious contention for Defensive Rookie of the Year. If anyone put money on him, he was like at like plus like over 10,000 at the start. And I'm pretty sure he's in the top 3 right now. Let's see, Defensive Rookie of the Year. So let's look at these odds here. I mean, so Jeremy Chen did really well this week, right? Because he had 2 TDs. So I think it's getting tight. I think it's getting really, really tight. As of November 24th, let's see who is top 5. Top 5 is Chase Young, Patrick McQueen, Antoine Winfield, Julian Blackman, and Jeremy Chin. So yeah, our GM has a knack of finding some really good defensive players, man. I mean, he did better than Brady 1 week. Something to brag about. There you go. There you go. I got Tyreek and DK this week. It's just deadly. That's nice. That's nice. They're probably gonna give it to you. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I think it's gonna be tight. But yeah, I mean, Chase Young definitely has like the name brand recognition, right? Jackie says, are there no Thursday games this week? Nope, there are no Thursday games. So our next game after tonight's or the Steelers Ravens, if it happens, is gonna be Sunday. So waivers are, like I said earlier, is probably gonna clear Thursday night or Friday night, depending on your league. And yeah, first game is gonna be Sunday. Big T's, if anyone thinking Tonian, he plays pretty good at home, kind of bad on road. Interesting, okay. Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of mouths to feed now too, right? Especially with the Tavon Austin signing. I really don't know why they did that or what that's gonna be like. So I'll look that up and see what the Packers fans think about that. But yeah, Daniel, I don't think yours are gonna clear tonight because there's still a game scheduled for Wednesday. Ty says, I'd say if Washington somehow makes playoffs, they'll probably give it to Chase, but if not, Blackman have a good Chase. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like Chase, also, Blackman is also like, not even just because the Colts this year are good. He's been playing like, let me see. I don't know if this is actually true, but I feel like he was actually leading people. Like he was leading in interceptions. Let's see. Maybe not. There's something he was doing very well in. And maybe that's not true. Is that not true? He was doing something really well. I don't know what it was. But yeah. If Washington somehow makes playoffs, they'll probably give it a... Oh yeah, sorry. My league already updated, so it said no game. The league already knows that there's no more games. So, Daniel, what are they doing for the Steelers and Ravens game then? Wentz lead the league in interception, fumbles, and sacks. Oh yeah, for sure. That was rough. Ty, I don't know if it's interception. I'm trying to look for him in the player stats, but I don't see him. Let me look at his stats this year. Julian. Let me see how many interceptions he has this season. Oh no, never mind. He only has two interceptions. Never. That's not what it was then. But he had some like wild stat, I thought. Let me see if I can find it for you. And maybe I'm just making it. Julian Blackmon, 2 interceptions. Yeah, otherwise he's been doing well. He has been doing well. Let's see. 27 tackles, 6 passes defended, 2 interceptions. Yeah. Been doing well. Forced fumble, 1 forced fumble, yep. Let's see. Tyler, my playoff hopes and dreams rely on Goddard and Lockett having big games, and neither of them. Yo, you got it, dude. It's only first quarter, man. You'll be okay. Tyler, how many points you need? Yeah, Ty says same, except for me, it's Sanders and Goddard. How many points is Kendall? I don't think he got very many, man. Honestly, let's see. Hinton got negative 2.78 points, so that was rough. Second half, one of these teams should score, yeah, right? Need 30 points half. That's a stretch, Tyler, but it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. Yeah, Daniel, what happened to the Raiders? That was tough, huh? They didn't look very good. I did not expect. I don't think anyone expected that, especially against Atlanta. I know Carr had a bad week, but that was rough, dude. That was really rough. I'm really not sure what happened there. I like full PPR, but I think half PPR is best. I haven't played one. Yeah, I like half PPR too. That's what I play. I haven't played full PPR yet, but I do think half PPR is kind of like, you know, it's a good middle ground. Tyson's last question for you, Dan, before I go. You think Brian Hill and Ito Smith is worth holding? I think Brian Hill. So I didn't watch every game. From what I've read and researched, it sounds like Ito Smith got a little bit more carries because the game was kind of blown out. So they actually put him in because he's a backup, right? They're both potentially good stashes. Unless someone else watched the game, I still think Brian Hill's maybe the guy to go to. But I'll go back, Ty, and look at it a little bit. We'll talk. I'm sure we're gonna talk about this a lot more before the waivers clear this week, Ty. So let me look into it a little bit and we'll see what happens. But I wonder if that's the case. Just that they got up high, they got up early, they got up a lot, so they just put in Ito as the third stringer. I picked up Tanyan and Goldman off waivers. Let's go, Big T. Perfect. Tyler Allen says, I also had Jacobs. I absolutely would pick up Booker off of waivers just in case, because anything could happen, Tyler. So I do like that. But all right, guys, we're gonna end the stream now. I don't know if I'll be on later tonight. I'm still gonna be working on our videos and doing some more research, since it sounds like we're getting in breaking news every few minutes. But yeah, we'll talk soon. I'll probably be on for a little bit tomorrow at least. But yeah, keep an eye out. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Feel free to just message on any of the YouTube videos. But yeah, let's hope for a good Monday Night Football game, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, appreciate y'all. We'll talk soon. Peace out.